advent of our great nation. Welcome, sir. Please. We are very glad to welcome our honorable Chancellor Professor Kutumba Shastri to the auspicious occasion who inspire us to organize such a mega program. We are also much delighted to welcome our guest of honor, Professor B. Kamakoti, Director IIT Madras, Professor Kancheepuram Murthy, National Coordinator, IKS, Ministry of Education, Government of India. Welcome you, sir. Welcome. We welcome the district collector, superintendent of police and administrative officials of Kancheepuram district, officials of Rajabhavan to this wonderful occasion. We are very much happy to welcome the officials of Sri Sankara Matam, the honorable members of the Kancheepuram Charitable Trust, Executive Council, Academic Council, Finance Committee, and invite educationalists in various fields to this auspicious occasion. We welcome all the dignitaries and the delegates who have traveled all the way to attend this function. We welcome the deans of various faculties, finance officer, controller of examinations, deputy registrar, heads of the department, faculty members, administrative staff members, and students of this university for this function. We welcome the media personnel, members of various channels and newspapers, the police personnel, the fire brigadier for this function. Once again, we welcome one and all for this momentous occasion. Welcome to you all.
Thank you, sir. We request our Honorable Chancellor, Professor Kutumba Shastri, to offer his salutation and honor Puja Shri Shankara Saraswati Shankaracharya Swamiji.
Devi Sanada Satyabratanamankita Kanche Divyakshetre Sharada Madhyakshetre Adulita Madhuryakamini Adulita Madhuryakamini Kamala Sampul Mallika Vishrambhana Sanjita Marita Anamarata Daita Vidya Vinodara Shikhana Anamarata Vidya Vinodara Shikhanti Nirantaralam Kritikala Bhavanti Bhavanti Sri Chakra Pratishtaka Bhavadajasolam Kritavaka Sri Chakra Pratishtaka Kritavadjasolam Vichalikapaya Vedanta Margasarmagadhanena Vichapakaya Vedanta Margasarmagadhanena Paramahanta Parivrajakacarya Varya Sri Guru Shankara Bhagavatpadacarya Varya Sri Guru Shankara Bhagavatpadacarya Vedikta Sri Chandrasekharendra Sri Sanyamindra Sri Chandrasekharendra Devadi Sanyami Jayendra Sri Vadarya Sri Majayendra Vadarya Sri Shankara Vijayendra Sarante Vadarya Sri Shankara Vijayendra Vadarindriyo Shastanga Ravindayo Shastangam Pranamaha.
humbly request Honorable Chancellor Professor Vempati Kutumba Shastri, Honorable Chancellor Professor Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu to honor the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu Pujya Shri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Shankaracharya Swamiji Pujya Shri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Shankaracharya Swamiji of Shri Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham. Now we humbly request Honorable Chancellor Professor Vempati Kutumba Shastri, Honorable Chancellor Professor Vempati Kutumba Shastri, Director IIT Madras, V. Kamakoti, Director IIT Madras. We now request our Honorable Chancellor to honor Professor Ganti Suryanarayanan Murthy to National Coordinator, Ganti Suryanarayanan Ministry of Education, Government of India, IKS, Ministry of Education, Government of India. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We are very much delighted to welcome Professor V. Kamakoti, Director IIT Madras, for his felicitation address. Director IIT Madras for his felicitation address.
Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Malayam Karnalayam Namami Bhagavatpadacarya Lokananam Malayam Karnalayam Namami Bhagavatpadacarya Lokashankaram. Important occasion, friends. This is for all of us, the devotees of Kancheepuram. For all of us, the devotees of Kancheepuram. Delighted today to speak in front of my Guru, to speak in front of Sankara Vijayendra Saraswati, His Holiness of our illustrious Kancheepuram Saraswati, of our illustrious Kancheepuram. I also immensely thank our Honorable Governor. I also immensely thank our Honorable Governor and Madam R.N. Ravi to have come here to honor come here to in this very important occasion. Honor us the 2500th Siddhi-Day of the 2500th Siddhi-Day Shri Adi Shankara. Our preceptor, I also thank Adi Shankara. Mr. Ganti Suryanarayanan Murthy was taken. Mr. Ganti Suryanarayanan Murthy was taken. A very important task today. A framework working out the Indian knowledge system. A framework can be embedded knowledge system into modern curriculum. Can be embedded into modern curriculum. The impact of Shankara on today's can be split into three verticals. Can be split into three verticals is the way of life. Vertical 1 is a way of life. The G20 summit that recently concluded, summit where our country had the honor of being the presidency for 1 year. Our country had the honor of being the presidency for 1 year. Kutumbakam, had one motto called one family and one future, which means one earth, one family and one future. That for us to realize, and the Upanishad feeling among people, that for us to realize this the feeling among people, way of life, the basic must be fine-tuned way of life, so that everyone has this feel of this one earth, one future, so that everyone has this feel of this one earth, one future, and one family. Teaching today, several of Adi Shankara's teaching today, starting from humility, starting from humility, starting from patriotism, starting from patriotism, starting your own karma, the way you need to performance of duties, your own karma, many upadeshas that he has given of duties are very, very relevant. Many upadeshas that he has given educational institution are very, very relevant. Of the stature educational institution, of the stature of Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Vishwa Mahavidyalaya. Instance, I would like to state one instance vision of Sri Adi Shankara, vision of Sri Adi Shankara, which every teacher in us, we are all academicians, every teacher in us, we are all academicians, it has co-guru. In the Prashnottara Malika, response was co-guru. The response was Shishyahitaya Udyataha Satatam. Shishyahitaya Udyataha Satatam. Shishyahitaya Udyataha Satatam. Adhigata Tattvaha Shishyahitaya Udyataha Satatam. Considers the welfare always students and disciples. Considers the welfare of foremost students and disciples. I think that is where foremost. I think that is where Adi Shankara gives us a way by which Adi Shankara gives us a way by which, and this teacher must teaching is so important today. Teaching in the academic world is so important. There are many such instances in the academic world where there are many such instances where basically educated Shankaracharya on how to basically educate what is the sustainable way of life. Live. And what is the important facet way of Adi Shankara was, the second important facet of Adi Shankara was very lucid commentaries. He brought in very complex texts, very lucid commentaries, including the Upanishads, very complex texts, and the Bhagavad-Gita, including the Upanishads, which are magnum opus contributions, which are also travel the length and breadth of our country, and also travel the length and breadth of our country. The idea of oneness. The idea of the philosophy of Adi Shankara is also Advaita, and the philosophy of Adi Shankara is also Advaita, and he brought in this unity. Of our Kanchi Kamakoti Pitam, the preceptor Adi Shankara of our Kanchi Kamakoti Pitam, and he has come all the way from Sureshwaracharya, and he has come all the way from Kashmir. Is in Kanchi Kamakoti. His samadhi is in Kanchi Kamakoti. So this is the unification that Adi Shankara attempted. So this is the unification that Adi Shankara attempted to bring 2,500 years before to bring an Akhand. The third important facet is that when we look into the philosophical arguments, that when we look into the complete idea of logical reasoning, the complete idea of logical reasoning. Today, the modern, right from what logicians call the modern, the system logicians call, including the Euler's regression, infinite regression, including Euler's regression, infinite regression, the modest tolerance, the inference theory, the modest every tolerance, one of this, the inference theory, every one of this has been the arguments which elucidated has put forward, the arguments in many of his texts, Adi Shankara when he was arguing in many of his texts, when he was arguing, so these texts actually form in our Indian knowledge system, actually several interesting mathematical proof techniques, several interesting mathematical proof techniques, somewhere 200 to 300 years before, somewhere 300 to 300 years before, 2,500 years very clearly explained, a very short span of 32 years before. He has also shown us of 32 years dedicated, he has also shown us what dedicated aspiration towards a goal can mean. Aspiration towards a goal can mean such type of magnum opus essentially bring into millions of characters magnum opus which has been written to millions of characters, the bhashyas which has been written and also bringing in the bhashyas, traveling the length and breadth of India and spreading the full traveling the length and breadth of India and spreading the full philosophy aspect something very unique philosophy is something very unique devotees of the as great the Adi Shankara parampara of the must learn from this Adi Shankara parampara. So, friends, today is a very important day. So that we are remembering today is a very important great sign. That we are remembering 2,500 years great is something after 2,500 years important is something, and all his messages all the knowledge systems that he has brought in, messages, and also all the knowledge systems that he has brought in, sure, and also the philosophical lead India. I am sure generate students lead India souls. To generate students who are realized souls will ensure a Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which is the need of the hour today. We should all see which is the need of the hour today. Our future, we should all see our globe, our future. I also take this opportunity to pray to the Samadhi of Adi Shankaracharya. I also take this opportunity to pray to the Samadhi of Adi Shankaracharya, which as per our Kanchi Kamakoti Mat records, Sanctum Sanatorium behind the Sanctum Sanatorium inside the Kamakshi temple, behind the Garbhagriha, inside the Kamakshi temple, behind the Garbhagriha. A Jivan Mukta, there is one aspect of the Jivan Mukta which will stay in the Samadhi, aspect of the Jivan Mukta which will stay in the Samadhi. We strongly believe and it will bless the world. Adi Shankara, we strongly believe inside the Kamakshi Adi Shankara is within us, inside the Kamakshi temple. Let all let peace prevail in this, and let us all see peace prevail in this Bharat, and let us all see a Vikshit Bharat on towards the 100th year of independence. As we move on towards the 100th year of independence, blessings, we all receive the blessings of our great preceptor, to receive the blessings of our great preceptor, Shri Adi Shankaracharya. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. It is with a great privilege we welcome Professor Ganti Suryanarayanan Murthy, National Coordinator, Ministry of Education, Government of India for the Ministry of Education, Government of India for the felicitation address.
मातृभ्यो नमः पितृभ्यो नमः गुरुभ्यो नमः सभायै नमः गुरुभ्यो नमः सभागर्भावेव सम्प्रक्तौ वागर्ध प्रतिपत्तये वागर्धावेव सम्प्रक्तौ वागर्ध प्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वर. With offering humble pranams to Swami, with offering pada pranams to Swamiji's charanam, pada pranams to Swamiji's charanam. Namaskar to all of you. It's my pleasure and honor to be here. It's my participating in this university on the first time, coming here participating in this university on the first time, coming here for the first time on Siddhi-Day of Sri Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya, Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya, Sri Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya, Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya. We are trying to essentially do from the Indian knowledge systems, as essentially do from the Indian knowledge systems, is that we are trying to bring that concept of, is that we are trying to bring that concept of which we have unfortunately kind of forgotten in the last 200 years or so, into our mainstream education 200 years or so, and into our mainstream education system. Necessary to bring that one is because it is we need to bring necessary to bring concepts is because we need to bring in this concept of Bharatiya education system, so that we can into our student education system, and so that we can prepare enough about students who are confident, give enough about our Bharatiya Drishti to the world. And why is it important that we have the Bharatiya Drishti? And why is it important that we have the Bharatiya Drishti? Makes the because whole that Drishti is the one that makes the Bharatiya, that it makes it knowledge system, Jnana Parampara Bharatiya, that it makes it many knowledge systems across the world. When we look at many knowledge systems across the world, we can look at Chinese knowledge systems, Western knowledge systems, Bharatiya knowledge, Chinese knowledge systems, Bharatiya Indian knowledge systems. Bharatiya thing that makes them unique is the Indian knowledge system. Why is it the thing that makes them unique? Because we are seeing in the world. Why is it needed today? Because we are seeing economic systems in the world. Whether we talk about economic systems, whether we talk about economic systems, there are healthcare existential crises, environmental crises, there are and existential crises that are out there that have brought us to this, the kind of thought processes that have brought us to real crisis to the humanity. Cannot be solved using the same thought processes. It needs a fresh cannot be solved using the same thought processes. It needs a perspective that can help the world. And what is essentially the Bharatiya perspective that can help the world? It is essentially the Bharatiya Drishti, which says Isha Vasya Medagam Bharatiya Drishti, which says Isha Vasya Medagam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagadhanam. When we look at the world as entirely divine, look at then suddenly you see the manifestation of that Jivan. Suddenly you see the manifestation of that Jivan Darshana in our practical life. Beyond means that is not necessity for us. Environment learn beyond thrive what is necessity for us. We will control the nature with nature. When we look at the economic development models, similarly, when we look at the economic development model of capitalism, or the negation the entrepreneurship of capitalism through the negating communism like Shunyalabh, and the profit motive through the communism like Shunyalabh, which talks about encouraging the innovativeness, which talks about encouraging the innovativeness, Labha. It also talks about the Shubha for the world. So that kind of Shubha perspective will really bring in kind of Shubha perspective, the thought really bring in. We need to be bringing to the thought leadership, and for that it is very important to be bringing that to the world. And for that it is very important. Shankaracharya was just essentially the what Shankaracharya was essentially the he had done the samanvaya of all the matas, and then he had taken all the samanvaya of all the matas, and then he had taken all of them together. I think there is so much that we can inspire in the world. Shankara's work. There is so much that we can inspired by Shankara's works. Comment on any of the Shankara's works. I'm just trying to comment on any of the Shankara's works. Follow them. I'm just trying to learn from them, and then we need to follow them because Acharya is such a he's Jagat important, and we need to just look at Acharya that we just he's Jagat Guru. His teachings and then just follow them. Look at and what of following that means is essentially bringing in the Bharatiya. Following that means Bharatiya Jivanadarshan to our lives, Bharatiya Jivanadarshan, and then teach it to our lives, and that will happen only if we do, and then teach fundamental changes to our education system, only if we do, and I hope fundamental changes to our education system, and I hope these things we all bring those changes, and then Jivanadarshan these things as we go forward. And the Vijnana of Bharatiyata is the Bharatiya Jivanadarshan. These are all important as we go forward. Bharatiya Jivanadarshan, these are all important also for the welfare of the world, not just for Bharatiyas, but also when we look at the world as one, and essentially that Parameshwara pervading everything, that is essentially nothing but Parameshwara pervading everything, that is essentially nothing but Shankaracharya, Jagadguru Shankaracharya philosophy that with those words, Jagadguru Shankaracharya propounded. With those words, I will take namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for bringing out this unique perspective. Thank you, sir, for bringing out this unique perspective. We are very much honored and delighted to invite our Honorable Chancellor, Professor Vempati Kutumba Shastri, to grace the occasion with his presidential address. To grace the occasion with his presidential address.
श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करमहं भजे श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करमहं भजे श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि यत्पादपङ्कजरजः परिपूर्णमे श्रीभारतं विजयते बहुशः कृतार्थम् यत्पादपङ्कजरजः परिपूतमेतत् श्रीभारतं विजयते बहुधा कृतार्थम् श्रीकाञ्चीपीठविलसत् यतिराजराजं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीमज्जगद्गुरुजयेन्द्रसरस्वतीति तद्धस्तजातविजयेन्द्रसरस्वतीति शिष्यप्रशिष्ययुगलेन सुसेव्यमानं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं शरणं प्रपद्ये परमपूजनीयानां परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्यवर्याणां जगद्गुरु श्री मूलाम्नाय सर्वज्ञपीठाधीश्वराणां कांची कामकोटि पीठाधिपानां अस्मत् परमपूजनीयानां श्री शंकर विजयेन्द्र सरस्वती श्रीपादानां चरणनलिनयोः सभक्तिश्रद्धं साष्टांगं प्रणमामि। अद्यात्र अस्मदामन्त्रणम् अंगीकृत्य उपस्थितेभ्यः
तमिळनाडु राज्यस्य राज्यपाल महोदयेभ्यः सुसंस्कृतात्मभ्यः श्री रवि महोदयेभ्यः सधर्मपत्नीकेभ्यः तथा गंटी श्री मूर्ति गारू मूर्ति महोदयानां ये खलु भारत शासनस्य मानव संसाधन विकास मंत्रालये भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा विषये विशेषाधिकारी रूपेण अस्माकं सर्वेषां मार्गदर्शनं विदधति तेभ्यः एवं अस्माकं प्रिय सुहृदां कामकोटि महाभागानां ये खलु मद्रास नगरस्थ IIT इति प्रौद्योगिक संस्थायाः यशस्विनः सचेतनाः निदेशकाः विराजन्ते तेभ्यः तथा अस्माकं सुहृद्वरेण्येभ्यः अस्य विश्वविद्यालयस्य महास्वामिपादानां सुगृहीतनाम्ना प्रतिष्ठापितस्य कुलपतिपदम् अद्यालङ्कुर्वाणाः श्रीनिवास महोदयेभ्यः सर्वेभ्योऽप्यहं सादरं पुनरेकवारं स्वागतं व्याहरामि अभिनन्दनं च करोमि. It is a historic day we are observing today in the benign presence of our revered Acharya Shri Vijayendra Saraswati Swamiji. 2500 years is not a small number, and that is the day. On this day, Bhagavatpadacarya has left the mortal coin and attained the Aikatmya Bhava with Ma Kamakshi, right in front of Ma Kamakshi. And he has been, mortal coil has been placed just behind, in the same precincts of Mata, just behind the Mata's sanctum sanctorum. This is the unique occasion. We are celebrating it today. I just to take a minute to quote, but India has Vivekananda's words, I quote, but India has to live and the spirit of the Lord descended again. He who declared, I will come whenever virtue subsides, came again. And this time, the manifestation was in the south, and uprose the young Brahmin of whom it has been declared that at the age of 16, he had completed all his writings. The marvelous boy Shankaracharya. The writings of this boy of 16, the writings of this boy of 16 years are the wonders of the modern world. And so was the boy. He wanted to bring back the Indian world to its pristine purity. Yes, the bhashyas he left for us, we are struggling to understand and decipher them day in and day out for the whole life, and yet something remains, and it has been written by, within 12 years, actually 16 he completed. Dvadase sarvashastravid, shodase kritavan bhashyam. This is the wonder. That's where it is not the human that is a person, it is a divine person. God Shankara himself has come down on earth to give us a upliftment. The conditions of Shankaracharya's period were different. On religious front, on account of Vedas giving so many divinities before us, at the same time Rigveda itself declared, the Rigveda is the first text of the entire humanity. There is no text Shankaracharya's available to the humanity were different, which is older than Rigveda. So Rigvedic words are first pronounced and first presented to the humanity. In that Rigveda on itself, religious front, there is a mantra saying that Ekam Sat Vipra Bahudha divinities behind. Sat is only one. At the same time, the Chaitanya is only one. Itself declared, and people call it in various names. First, this is given of the entire humanity. Taking the spirit of Vedic as well as Upanishadic which is statements, Shankara Bhagavatpada has given the Advaita Siddhanta. It's not that Shankara Bhagavatpada is the proponent of Advaita Vedanta. In the Rigveda he has systematized it and wrote saying that Ekam Sat Vipra, whereas Advaita is Aupanishadam Darshanam. It is Advaita is propounded by the Upanishads. Yes, it's not that easy. That's where we have to understand the capability of Acharya. And that's why after 2,500 years also, everywhere in the east or west, any intellectual will pay homage only to Sankara first and anybody only in the next place. The reason is his acumen in the argument and his ability to reconcile the contradicting statements. It's true that in the Upanishads, there are statements which support Dvaita also. Otherwise, where from Madhvacharya has written his Bhashya. In Upanishad, there are statements which support even Visishtadvaita also. There are Saguna Brahma Vakyas also. But how to reconcile? You can't explain it paragraph by paragraph, but all the Upanishads are to speak in one tune. If you have to do that, Shankara Bhagavatpada showed us the way. Catch hold of the Advaita way of interpretation, accept one single reality which is devoid of any qualities, devoid of any actions, Nishkriya, Nirguna, Shuddha Chaitanya Matra, single and then reality which is devoid of any their own place in attaining the Brahma Sakshatkara. So Saguna Vakyas will also be meaningful if you hold Advaita. If you do not hold Advaita, the Nirguna Vakyas will be meaningless. And in no way they can be accommodated in the Saguna Brahmavada system. This is what he propounded, and he reconciled the whole Vedic and Upanishadic lore. So he is a Samanvayakarta, as has rightly pointed out by our Ganti Suryanarayana Murthy Garu, Samanvaya. On religious front, because Vedas have propounded Agni, Varuna, Indra, Marut and Ashwini and scores of Devatas, and rituals also went on performing towards various ritual, addressing various gods. What happened is some cults have developed in India, and India is about to be disintegrated on religion front, on Upasana front, on Aradhana front. This has been observed by Shankara Bhagavatpada and combined a system of Panchayatana Puja system, and to this day, majority of Indian Upasakas are only Panchayatana Puja system. So on one hand, it is an Advaita Siddhanta, his contribution is Advaita Siddhanta. On the other hand, it is the contribution of Panchayatana Puja, and he is a great organizer also. See, that's why even today we are having Advaita, his parampara, perfectly alive in the same mode, in the same fashion, in the same vigor, in the same format. We are seeing our Vijayendra Saraswati Swamiji, and those who have witnessed Jayendra Saraswati Swamiji, there is no difference between the way of life, way of puja, way of upasana, and way of doing everything between these two. And those, some of blessed souls of us who have seen the Mahaswamiji, there is no difference between Mahaswamiji and now today present Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamiji. Now you can imagine Shankara Bhagavatpada also has exactly 24/7 behaved in this particular way. So we have a continuous Acharya Parampara for all these thousands of years. And today we are celebrating 2500th year of Siddhi of Shankara Bhagavatpada, precisely on one ground only. In my sincere personal opinion, do not bother about what historians speak. They speak hell and heaven, and they don't, I mean, they got their own some proofs here and there. They go on like that. We depend upon only one fact, that there is an Acharya Parampara. We have seen Mahaswamiji, from Mahaswamiji to the Jayendra Saraswati Swamiji has taken over, and from Jayendra Saraswati Swamiji, our present Peethadipati has taken over. This way, 69 acharyas, there is a continuous unbroken chain which has been recorded in the Matha, and the ascending date and leaving date has been recorded in the Matha. Therefore, our first Acharya is Shankara Bhagavatpada. After establishing 4 Peethas, I said he is a great organizer for the simple reason, had he not established these Peethas with a futuristic vision, however great his Advaita philosophy might have been, I doubt whether Advaita philosophy has come to us in this way and in this vigor as on today. So this is the great organizer, Bhagavatpadacarya. He is an organizer, he is a Samanvayakarta, he is a and a Rastravada. He is the first Rastravadin. So he has established so many mathas on all 4 directions, 4 mathas, and also in the central Kanchi, which is on the central point, and Mokshapuri in the south. There he himself lived, and he became the first Acharya of Kamakoti Peetha. Therefore, from that time onwards, we have got the Acharya Parampara. It is now, the burden is on the historians, how they support this date. This date is here, and this is the date. How historians will support, it is their job, not the job of somebody else. Yet, we have exhibited some exhibitions here, even on that front also, and so many historians also.
சாதாரண பிரேசஸை ஒப்பிடும்போது totally invisible. அப்புறம் results guaranteed. இன்றே தூச்சை ஆப்பை டவுன்லோட் செய்து உங்கள் ஸ்கேனை புக் செய்யுங்கள்.
Want to become a certified project manager but aren't sure about the skills you need? The PMP certification.
புக் செய்யுங்கள்.
Want to become a certified project manager but aren't sure about the skills you need? The PMP certification.
புக் செய்யுங்கள்.
Want to become a certified project manager but aren't sure about the skills you need? The PMP certification.
புக் செய்யுங்கள்.
Has come down from
the PMP certification.
So this is the
புக் செய்யுங்கள்.
grace the occasion and has come down from occasion.
The PMP certification.
புக் செய்யுங்கள்.
Come down from occasion.
The PMP certification.
Supreme as a philosopher and a dialectician. Every word of this sentence is to be explained for hours, is to be supported by arguments, by lecturing for several hours. Such a precise presentation by Radhakrishnan. Supreme as a philosopher and dialectician, great as a man of calm judgment and wide toleration. Chandalostu satudvijostu gururityesha manisha mama. It's not a small person cannot say this sentence. Toleration. Sankara taught us to love truth, respect reason, no dogma, but only respect reason. And Padmapacharya gives an epitome of an epithet of Acharya, Anumardha Vigraham. Anuma Ardha Vigraham Yasya. Shruti is half part of Shankara, and Anumana is half part of Shankara. Shruti and Anumana together becomes Shankara. This is what Padmapadacharya, direct disciple, has described the Shankara immediate in his presence itself. Respect reason and realize the purpose of life. He was not a dreaming idealist, but a practical visionary, a philosopher, and at the same time, man of action. Even those who do not agree with his general attitude to life will not be reluctant to allow him a place among immortals. He had completed. One sees Sankara as a youth on fire, but a practical visionary, ambitious, a philosopher, and at the same time, an intrepid debater. Another regards him as even those who do not agree with his general attitude to attempting life to impress will not be reluctant to allow him a sense of place among immortals.
नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिञ्च तत्पुत्र पराशरञ्च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रम् अथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यम् अथास्य पद्मपादञ्च हस्तामलकञ्च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततम् आनतोऽस्मि। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नारायणं पद्मभुवं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं पराशरञ्च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदारकरुणासिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणम् अथा श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं पद्मपादञ्च हस्तामलकञ्च शिष्यं देवे देहे च देशे तोटकं वार्तिककारोग्यसुखप्रदं बुधपामरसेव्यन्तं श्रीजयेन्द्रं नमाम्यहम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराशरञ्च व्यासं தேர்ச்சி பெற்றதற்கான சான்றிதழ்களும் வேத ரட்சண நிதி ட்ரஸ்ட் மூலமாக நிகழ்ச்சி ஏற்பாடு செய்யப்பட்டு அன்றைய தினம் ஆதிசங்கருடைய பட ஊர்வலம் 4 ராஜவீதிகளிலேயும் நடைபெற்றது. ஆதிசங்கரர் சந்நிதியிலே சிறப்பு விசேஷங்கள் அபிஷேகங்கள் காமாட்சி அம்மன் கோவிலே நடைபெற்றன. பல ஊர்களிலேயும் இந்த சங்கர ஜெயந்தி விழா சிறப்பாக கொண்டாடப்பட்டது.
அவர்கள் பிறப்பால்
தமிழ்நாட்டிலே பல கிராமங்களிலே பல வருஷங்களாக கொண்டாடி வருகிறார். வருஷங்களாக அந்த சங்கர ஜெயந்தி விழாவை கொண்டாடி வருகிறார்கள். இன்னும் சில கலவை பக்கத்திலே மேச்சேரி என்ற ஒரு கிராமத்திலே சங்கர ஜெயந்தி விழா, இப்படி பல ஊர்களிலேயும் தமிழ்நாட்டிலே அந்த சங்கர ஜெயந்தி விழா கொண்டாடப்பட்டது. இந்த வருஷம் ஆந்திர தேசத்திலே, தெலுங்கானா மற்றும் ஆந்திர பிரதேசத்திலே 70க்கும் மேற்பட்ட இடங்களிலே அந்த சங்கர ஜெயந்தி விழா கொண்டாடப்பட்டது. காஞ்சி காமகோடி பீடத்தின் மூலமாக உலக நன்மைக்காக விஸ்வசாந்தி யஜ்ஞம் என்பதாக ஸ்ரீநகர் காஷ்மீரத்திலே சங்கர ஜெயந்தி விழா கொண்டாடப்பட்டு வருகிறது. 10 வருஷங்களுக்கு முன்பு ஸ்ரீ ஜெயந்த் காஷ்மீர் சென்று சங்கராச்சாரிய ஹில் என்கிற அந்த மலைக்கு சென்று அந்த சிவலிங்கத்திற்கு அபிஷேகம் செய்து அந்த சங்கர ஜெயந்தி விழாவிலே கலந்து கொண்டு சிறப்பித்தார்கள். அந்த விஸ்வசாந்தி யஜ்ஞம் என்கிற அந்த நிகழ்ச்சியானது தென்னிந்தியாவிலிருந்து வேத அறிஞர்களும் சங்கீத வல்லுநர்களும் இசை வல்லுநர்களும் கலைஞர்களும் நாட்டியம் பிரசங்கம் செய்யக்கூடிய கலைஞர்களும் பங்கு பெற்று சிறந்த கலை விழாவாக சிறந்த வழிபாட்டு நிகழ்ச்சியாக சிறந்த அந்த விஸ்வசாந்தி யஜ்யம் என்பது கடந்த 10-12 ஆண்டுகளாக நடைபெற்று வருகிறது. மத்தியிலே அந்த கொரோனா சமயத்திலேயும் தடைப்பட்ட காலத்திலேயும் சிறிய அளவிலே நடைபெற்றது. அந்த காஷ்மீரத்திலே இந்த வருஷம் சாமவேத அறிஞர்கள் கலந்து கொண்டு அந்த சுமார் 100 பேர் இங்கிருந்து சென்று அந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை நடத்தினார்கள். பஞ்சாப் மாநிலத்திலே என்கிற அந்த சங்கர ஜெயந்தி விழா கொண்டாடப்பட்டது. காஞ்சி சங்கரமடம் வைத்தியம் என்கிற அந்த 3 துறைகளிலே விசேஷ கவனம் செலுத்தி பணிகளை செய்து வருகிறது. வித்யா, கல்வி, ஒரு புதியாக பஞ்சாப் மாநிலத்திலே லுதியானா என்கிற இடத்திலே ஒரு கண்ணாஸ்பத்திரி நடைபெறுகிறது.
ஆனா பழைய பகையை என்னால மறக்க முடியாது. நாளைக்கு காலம் நீ அழுவும் போதுதான் என் பழைய பகையை நான் மறப்பேன். அதுக்கு மட்டும்தான் இந்த பழைய மேட்டர்லாம் ஞாபகம் எதிர்த்தாக்கிட்டே தெரியாது.
நம்முடைய கலாச்சாரத்திலே
கல்யாணம் முடிஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் என்னோட பொண்டாட்டி போட்டாங்க. அது மாதிரி என்னோட கல்யாணம் முடிய வரைக்கும் நீ ஒண்ணுமே பண்ண மாட்டேன்.
நம்முடைய அண்டை நாடாக விளங்கக்கூடிய
அதுக்கு முன்னாடி
விளங்கக்கூடிய
நின்னு போன கல்யாணத்துல உட்காந்து நல்லா சாப்பிட்டுட்டு அடப்பாயத்தை குடிச்சிட்டு மூஞ்சில ஏன் போட்டு நல்லா கோலால முறை கிளம்புவேன்.
ஒரு ஊரிலே என்னும் ஊரிலே 3 ஊர்களிலே நாட்டிலே பசுபதிநாதர் கோவில்
அதோட பவர் தானே நாளைக்கு காலையில உங்களுக்கு எல்லாருமே தெரியும். பாருங்க
ஆதிசங்கரனுக்கு சிறப்பு
நாளைக்கு நீ உசாராங்க
அர்ச்சனைகள் செய்யப்பட்டு அந்த சங்கர ஜெயந்தி விழா இந்தியாவிலே சரி நம்முடைய பக்கத்து நாடாக விளங்கக்கூடிய நேபாளத்திலேயும் சிறப்பாக கொண்டாடப்பட்டது. வைசாக சுக்ல பஞ்சமி ஆதிசங்கரர் பிறந்த ஜெயந்தி என்பது. ஆதிசங்கரர் சித்தி அடைந்த நாள் இன்றைய தினம். வைசாக சுக்ல ஏகாதசி இன்றைய தினம் ஆதிசங்கரர் சித்தி அடைந்தார். அந்த சித்தி அடைந்த நாளை இன்றைய தினம் வைதிக முறைப்படி காஞ்சி சங்கர மடத்திலே அந்த வேத விற்பனர்களை ஆராதனை விழா அது சிறப்பாக நடந்து முடிந்து இந்த நிகழ்ச்சிக்காக நாங்கள் வந்திருக்கிறோம். வைதிக நிகழ்ச்சி நடைபெற்றது. தற்பொழுது லௌகீகமான நிகழ்ச்சி சந்திரசேகரேந்திர சரஸ்வதி விஸ்வ மகாவித்யாலயிலே நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது. இந்த பல்கலைக்கழக வளாகத்திலே நம்முடைய ஜெயேந்திர சரஸ்வதி சுவாமிகள் இங்கு பக்கத்திலிருந்து ஒரு இடத்திலே மலையிலிருந்து ஒரே கல்லினால் செதுக்கப்பட்ட ஆதிசங்கருடைய 60 அடி சிலையை விக்கிரகத்தை ஸ்தாபித்திருக்கிறார்கள். ஏகசிலா வரங்கல் என்று ஒரு ஊர் இருக்கிறது. அதற்கு പ്രതിഷ്ഠ ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. ശങ്കര ധർമ്മസ്ഥല ശ്രവണ ബലമുള്ള என்று இங்கு ஆதிசங்கருடைய விக்கிரகம் ஒரே கல்லினால் ஆதிசங்கருடைய 2500 தாண்டி இந்த சித்தி நிகழ்ச்சியானது 2500 வருஷங்களாக அந்த ஆதிசங்கருடைய தத்துவமானது நம்முடைய நாட்டை ஒற்றுமை பாதையிலே அழைத்துச் செல்கிறது. மக்கள் ஒற்றுமை பாதையிலே ஒற்றுமை ஒருமைப்பாடு ஒன்று அத்வைதம் என்பது ஒன்று, துவைதம் அல்ல அத்வைதம் என்பதை அந்த ஆதிசங்கரர் ஜீவ பிரம்ம ஐக்கியம் என்பதை உணர்த்தி அத்வைத தத்துவத்தை போதித்தார். அத்வைத தத்துவம்தான் வேதங்களின் உபனிஷத்துகளின் புதியதாக அத்வைதத்தை அவர் உருவாக்கவில்லை. வேதங்களுக்கும் உண்மையான பொருள் அத்வைதம் என்பதுதான். இவர் தன்னுடைய மதமாக எதையும் சொல்லிக் கொள்ளவில்லை. எண்ணமும் என்னுடைய எண்ணம் என்று அவர் சொல்லிக் கொள்ளவில்லை. வேதங்களுடைய 4 மறைகளுடைய உட்பொருள் தாத்பரியம் மெய்ப்பொருள் என்பது அத்வைத்தம் என்பதை உணர்த்தினார். இதன் மூலம் பல்வேறு மொழிகள், பல்வேறு சீதோஷ்ணங்கள், பல்வேறு நம்பிக்கைகள் கொண்ட நம்முடைய நாட்டிலே அத்வைத தத்துவத்தை நிலைநாட்டியதன் மூலமாக மிகப்பெரிய சக்தியாக இந்த நாடு வருவதற்கு வித்திட்டவர் படிக்காதவர்கள், ஆண்கள், குளிர், வெயில், பலதரப்பட்ட சமய வழிபாட்டு முறைகள் கொண்ட இந்த தேசத்திலே ஆஸ்திகத்தை, இறை நம்பிக்கையை வளர்த்தவர் ஆதிசங்கரர். ஆஸ்திகத்தை வளர்த்தவர். வெவ்வேறு வழிபாட்டு முறையை சார்ந்தவர்களும் ஷண்மத ஸ்தாபனத்தின் மூலமாக, அதாவது பிள்ளையார், முருகப்பெருமான், சிவன், பார்வதி, சூரியன், பெருமான் என்கிற இந்த ஷண்மத அறுவகை சமய வழிபாட்டு முறையின் மூலமாக ஒருமைப்பாட்டை, வழிபாட்டு முறைகளிலே ஒருமைப்பாட்டை வளர்த்து அத்வைத தத்துவத்தை வளர்த்து தேசத்திற்கு அமைதி, ஒற்றுமை, அமைதியும் ஒற்றுமையும் இருக்கும்போது வளர்ச்சி என்பது வேகமாக வருகிறது. அந்த வளர்ச்சியும் நிரந்தரமாக இருக்கிறது. வளர்ச்சியினுடைய அனைவருக்கும் கிடைக்கிறது. அமைதியின் மூலமாக, ஒற்றுமையின் மூலமாக, ஒருமைப்பாட்டின் மூலமாக ஏற்படக்கூடிய வளர்ச்சி என்பது அனைவருடைய துயரத்தையும் துடைத்து அனைவருக்கும் நிம்மதி, அனைவருக்கும் ஆரோக்கியம், அனைவருக்கும் அறிவு, அனைவருக்கும் ஆனந்தம், அனைவருக்கும் அன்பு என்பதை, அன்பே சிவம் என்கிற அந்த தத்துவத்தை உயர்ந்த பரிசை நமக்கெல்லாம் அளித்தவர் ஆதிசங்கரர். 32 வேதங்களாக இதை அளித்தார்கள். சங்கரா காலேஜுக்கு എന്താണ് ടെൻഷൻ? ഒളിച്ചോടി കല്യാണം കഴിക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. ഇത് അറേഞ്ചിന് വേറെ നമ്മളെല്ലാം ചേർന്നല്ലേ നടത്തുള്ളൂ. അതെ, നടത്താനുള്ള അത്ര ആൾക്കാർ മുടക്കാനും ഉണ്ട്. എല്ലാം മംഗളമായിട്ട് നടക്കാൻ നന്നായിട്ട് ടോക്കൺ പോകാൻ പോകാം. നീയാണ് പഴയ എന്റെ മോളെ നിർബന്ധിച്ച് ആനന്ദിനെ പോലെ ഒരു കെട്ടിച്ചു കൊടുത്തതില് എനിക്ക് വലിയ കുറ്റബോധമുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ ഇപ്പൊ അത് മാറി. എന്താന്നറിയാം, രണ്ട് കണക്ക് തന്നെ. എന്തായാലും എന്റെ മരുമോന് ഈ കല്യാണം നടക്കരുത് എന്നാണ് ആഗ്രഹം. ഇത് നടത്താനാണ് എന്റെ തീരുമാനം. അതുകൊണ്ട് നീ സർവ്വ ദൈവങ്ങളെയും വിളിച്ച് നന്നായിട്ട് പ്രാർത്ഥിച്ചു കേട്ടോ.
പാദയാത്ര പണിയിരിക്കാൻ 32 വയസ്സായി இருந்திருக்கார். ஆன்மீகத்தை பரப்பினால் அறிந்து வைத்திருக்கிறார் சொன்னார்.
എന്റെ ഗാനം ശ്രമിക്കാൻ മറ്റാഗ്രഹങ്ങളുമായി ഈ അമ്പലനടയിൽ വന്നാൽ എല്ലാ ഭക്തരെയും പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കണമേ.
പാദത്തെ ഭജിത്തത് മാത്രമല്ല, പാദത്തെ ഭജിത്തതോട് മാത്രമല്ല, എണ്ണങ്ങളെ ഭജിത്തവൻ மக்கள் மத்தியிலே இந்த வேதாந்தம், தியாகம், சேவை, வினயம், அடக்கம், அன்பு, எளிமை, நளினம், மதிப்பு, பரஸ்பர மதிப்பு, இப்படி உயர்ந்த எண்ணங்களை அவர் பதிய வைத்திருக்கிறார். கால் பதிய வைத்தது மாத்திரமல்ல, எண்ணங்களை பதிய வைத்தவர். பல்வேறு மக்கள் மத்தியிலேயும் பத்ரிநாத், கேதார்நாத், காட்மாண்டு, காமாக்கியா, காசி, கன்னியாகுமரி, இப்படி பல ஊருக்கு சென்றாலும் இன்றைக்கும், அதாவது 2003 வருஷங்கள் கடந்த பிறகும் அந்த ஆதிசங்கருடைய
கல்யாணத்துக்கு வந்தவங்க எல்லாரும் முன்னாடி உன் கல்யாணத்தை நான் நிறுத்தி உன்னை வெட்கப்பட வச்சு, வேதனைப்பட வச்சு, சோகப்பட வச்சு, வருத்தப்பட வச்சு, உன் ஆர்டிஸ்ட் முடிஞ்ச நான் தொங்க விட்டு பார்க்கணும். அதுதான் ஐயம் ஏறு
முடிஞ்சதெல்லாம் முடிஞ்சு. இனி முடியறது நான் மட்டும்தான் இருக்கு.
மீதி நான் முச்சனா ராஜா.
നമ്മൾ മാത്രമല്ല കല്യാണം മുടക്കാറുള്ളത്, തമിഴരും തെലുങ്കരും എല്ലാവരും.
അപ്പൊ ഇവര് പാൻ ഇന്ത്യൻ അലവലാതിയാണല്ലേ? കുഴപ്പമില്ല, ശത്രുവിന്റെ ശത്രു മിത്രം എന്നാണല്ലോ, എല്ലാവരെയും കൂടെ
ഇനി അമ്മാവന്മാരെങ്ങാൻ പണിയാക്കി
വാക്ക്
അവസാനം പണിവെല്ലാം
இந்த நாட்டிலே இருக்கக்கூடாது,
പാർവതി ഒരു കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞ് കല്യാണം മുടങ്ങി.
தாரித்யம் இருக்கக்கூடாது.
அது சஸ்பென்ஸ்.
சரவணா ஒரே ஒரு
What a beautiful
விரோதம் என்பது கூடாது என்பதற்காக 5 வயதிலிருந்து பாடுபட்டவர் ஆதி சங்கரன். ஆகவே பக்குவம் என்பது, திறமை என்பது, அனுபவம் என்பது வயதான பிறகு வருகிறது என்பது வேறு. சிறிய வயதிலேயே நம்முடைய மாணாக்கர்களுக்கு தேசபக்தியையும் சமுதாய
കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ ഒരാളാണ് സുന്ദരനാണല്ലേ? ഓ നല്ല സുന്ദരനാ. ഇവനെ പോലെ എന്നാ അവനെ കണ്ടാൽ തിരിച്ചറിയാനുള്ള എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു നല്ല അസ്ഥലായിട്ട് പാട്ട് പാടും. കഥാപ്രസംഗത്തിൽ കേവൽ
என்னடா கண்ணை கை வச்சுக்கிறானா? இங்க வளர்க்குறான்.
ആനന്ദൻ
இந்த களத்தூர் என்று கிராமம் இருக்கிறது. செங்கல்பட்டு பக்கத்திலே அதே போன்று
இந்த கல்யாണം മുടക്കവല്ലേ എന്ന് കേട്ടു.
ஆமா,
എന്താ പറയാ?
சொல்ல முடியும்.
എടോ, ഞാനും இந்த കല്യാണം മുടക്കവല്ലേ, അതാ പ്ലാൻ.
அப்போ சொல்லவே முடியும். സസ്പെൻസ്.
അവന്റെ സസ്പെൻസത്തിന് കൂടാണ്. എത്ര നേരം വിളിച്ചിരിക്കുമെന്ന് അറിയാലോ. അവൻ അങ്ങനെ വിളിച്ചൊന്നും ഇരിക്കത്തില്ല. കൂടുതൽ ബില്ലെ കൊടുക്കല്ലേ, മര്യാദ ക്യാമറ എന്നെ വിളിച്ചാൽ എങ്ങനെ ഇതിടെ കുറഞ്ഞത് 3000 നന്നായി
ஆதிசங்கரர் பிறந்த வருஷம் என்பது நந்தன வருஷம். ஆதிசங்கரர் சித்தி அடைந்த வருஷம் ரக்தாட்சி வருஷம். இந்த ரக்தாட்சி வருஷம் ஏகாதசி வைசாக சுக்ல ஏகாதசி சித்தி அடைந்தார். அந்த தினத்தை பொதுமக்கள் பக்தி பூர்வமாக அதை நினைவில் ஆதிசங்கருடைய உபதேசங்களை படித்து அதன்படி நம்முடைய மக்கள் அனைவரும் ஒற்றுமையாக வாழ்ந்து அமைதியாக வாழ்ந்து பரஸ்பர உதவிகளை செய்து மக்களும் இந்த நாளும் இந்த
സമയമായി. ചിലപ്പോ കുടുംബത്തിലെ കാണുന്നവരുടെ പവർ എന്താണെന്ന് കാണിച്ചു.
நாம் நின்று அவர் வழிவந்த நம்முடைய பெரியவர்களுடைய வழியிலே நாம் ஒருவர்களையும் திருவள்ளுவரையும் பெற்று மேன்மேலும் சிறப்பை பெறுவதற்கு அழகான காட்சியை புகழாக வாழ்ந்து அன்னை காமாட்சி உமையை என்கிற
റോൾ നമ്പർ 54.
ஜெய் ஜெயஸ்ரீ.
പേടിക്കേണ്ടതാ.
We are blessed with the divine
പാർവതിയുടെ നിന്നെ പോലൊരു പൽഗുണം തന്നെ ആനന്ദന്റെ കുടുംബത്തിൽ വന്ന് കയറണം. ആ കുടുംബം തകർന്ന് നശിച്ച് നാരായണക്കല്ല്
കാണിക്കുന്നത് എനിക്ക് നോക്കി നിന്ന് കാണണം മോനെ. അതിനു വേണ്ടിയാ ഞാൻ ഈ കളികളൊക്കെ കളിച്ചത്. കല്യാണമൊക്കെ കഴിഞ്ഞ് സമയവും സന്ദർഭവും കിട്ടുമ്പോ ഞാനത് പറയും. ആ നന്നായി വരും. എന്റെ എല്ലാവിധ അനുഗ്രഹങ്ങളും. ചെറിയ മാമ, അത് എനിക്കോ വെറുതെ പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ ചെയ്യാം. നീ ടെൻഷൻ
Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya, successive acharyas of the lineage to Jagat Pujya Shri Sankar Vijayendra Saraswati. Respected Professor Vempati-Kutum Sastry, Chancellor of this university, Professor G. Srinivasu, the Vice Chancellor in charge, Professor V. Kamakoti, Director IIM, Professor Ganti Murthy, National Coordinator, Indian Knowledge System of the Ministry Government of India, all the acharyas, all the distinguished invitees, the students, all the esteemed guests. Coming to Kanchi is an extraordinarily blissful experience, and that over that listening to Jagat Guru Pujya Shri Sankar Vijayendra Saraswati ji is an added great bonus for me. This place, Kanchi, when I think of, I go back to my young student days, when my parents, my teacher used to mention about the 7 holy tirtha, when they used to sing Ayodhya, Mathura, Maya, Kasi, Kanchi, Avantika, Puri, Dwaravati, Chaiva, Saptaita, Mokshadaika. Since then, I've been hearing about Kanchi. When I got the opportunity, the divine grace, came to Tamil Nadu, and I started familiarizing myself more and more about this place, its heritage, and then I found that this place, this Mokshadayini Kanchi, its glory sung by our great Nayanars, Sambandar, Appar, Sundarar. In Devaram, they have sung glory of this place. Then you come to think of it, imagine this is the place where some 2,500 years ago, Bhagavan Adi Shankara lived, walked, taught. Every inch of this place is so holy, so auspicious. To be here is indeed an extraordinary blessing. Bhagavan Adi Shankara read, we have heard about his extraordinary achievements. He was builder of our Bharat Rashtra. Thousands and thousands of years ago, when the divine wisdom was revealed through our rishis in our Vedas, an extraordinary wisdom, reconciling the one with the many. All these numerous diversities that we see, essentially they are one and the same. Mam Atma Sarva Bhut Atma. Sarva Bhutesu Enaikyam. This wonderful exposition to bring the stunning diversity of creation, humans, animals, plants, animate, inanimate, all are a part of a kutumbam, because it's the same divine that permeates, that illuminates each of them. So many of us sitting here, apparently different, yet bound together integrally, like leaves of a tree. When this divine wisdom was revealed, our rishis created the Rashtra, Bharat. We know that Bharat does not fit into the European definition of a political state. It was not created by any strong man. It was created by our rishis who spread the light, the wisdom of Vedas. That's what why our scripture says, Bhadram ikshant rishaya swavida tapodiksham upanisheduragre tato rashtram balamo jastajatam. Rishis equipped with swavida atmagyan. It is their kathor, strong, tapa and diksha that created this Rashtra, Bharat. And a beautifully reconciling the variations which, while Chancellor Shastriji was speaking, he said, Ekam sadavipra baudha badanti. The most beautiful reconciliation of the diversity. Now this Rashtra, over the time, it suffered a decline. Sampradayas started fighting among themselves. Each one forgetting the core message of the Veda that we are all one and the same. When this message was weakened or lost, the chaos descended upon this Rashtra Bharat. And at that point of time, Bhagavan Adi Shankara appeared. He appeared and he traveled through the length or breadth of Bharat, bringing everyone into the fold, reinstating, reinforcing the core message of Veda, that we are all one. And having succeeded, having rejuvenated and restored Bharat, he created institutions all along in the Himalayas, Badrinath, Kedarnath, Srinagar, east and west, south, all over. Those institutions to continue serving as the spring well, a spring well of that knowledge, the light, the dhara, the flow of nectar should continue and keep illuminating the kshetras wherever they are, to keep the people together as one family. And Bharat prospered again. Bharat prospered, it became what we learned in our books, Sone ki chidiya, golden bird. Bharat was the economic powerhouse of the world, largest economy of the world. In the West, Middle East, up to Rome, Central Asia. In the East, Southeast Asia, China, all over, goods produced by Bharat were feeding all these markets. And Bharat was filled with gold. We know that in Bharat we don't have much gold mines. Bharat, there is no natural source of gold, and yet Bharat was the golden bird, because through all these economic transactions and trade, gold came to Bharat. And Bharat was prospering, a vibrant Bharat. But again, when the dharmas began declining and the foreign powers started looking at Bharat with greed, invasion began. Islamic invasion first. They came, they looted, they destroyed our temples, the institutions that were serving as the spring well of Sanatana Dharma, Sanatana Adhyatma, which is the Dharma propounded by the Vedas. Subsequently, some more came, established themselves. And established themselves, began ruling, began looting, began destroying, began choking all the spring wells. Some of them began imposing taxes on those who believed in Sanatan Dharma. They called it jizya tax. That continued for a few centuries. Then the Europeans came. They came for trading, but then they occupied. And once they began colonizing this land, they began destroying again all the institutions of Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma is the soul of Bharat. Bharat is a physical manifestation of Sanatana Dharma. All inclusive, no other. Even those who abuse me, accuse me, they are ours. There is no others. Such beautiful Dharma. It suffered multiple attacks. We know what happened in inquisitions in Goa. Similar inquisitions happened in the rest of the country as well.
One way. At least with the plan,
When I was going through some papers of the archive, I came across 11th of November 1839. 70,000 people of Madras presidency. They wrote a petition to then Governor John Elphinstone, requesting, appealing him not to destroy our dharma. Because what they had done, they had shown while the Islamic invaders had physically destroyed.
ഗുരുവായൂരം പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് വെച്ചാരെങ്കിലും കല്യാണം കഴിക്കുന്നതായിട്ട് സ്വപ്നം കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ഒന്നുമില്ല തുലാഭാരത്തുകാരൻ ഇതുപോലൊരു കല്യാണം എനിക്ക് വേണ്ട. എന്തുവാണ് ദേശപ്പുറത്ത് വെച്ചിരുന്നല്ലേ നീ എടുത്തില്ലേ? ഞാൻ അച്ഛനെടുത്തില്ലേ? നിന്നോട് എടുക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഞാൻ പോകുന്നു. പിന്നെ അവിടെ ഒരു പച്ച ചെപ്പിലുണ്ടായിരുന്ന ആരുമില്ലാതെ ഒറ്റയ്ക്ക് മേശപ്പുറത്തിരിക്കണപ്പോ ഞാനെടുത്ത് പോകട്ടിട്ടതാണ്.
When we got
சரவணா குடி விடு அதெல்லாம் நான் முடியாது எங்க போறேன்னு கேக்குறேன்ல தாலி கட்ட விடாத டேய் அங்க பொண்ணே இல்ல நீ யாரு போய் தாலி கட்ட போற அந்த பொண்ணு தாலி கட்டறா இந்த பொண்ணு யாரா டேய் நீ காலேஜ் படிக்கும்போது பார்வதி தான் லவ் பண்ண அவதான் கல்யாணம் பண்ண வரைக்கும் சுத்தி இருந்தா பார்வதி வந்து தாத்து இப்ப அஞ்சலி தான் கட்ட போறேன் அப்ப பார்வதி இல்லையா சாரி மகாத்மா காந்தி நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் கிட்னாப் பண்ணல அதான் மிஸ் பண்ணேன் இப்போ கூட ஒண்ணு கிடையாது 2 மினிட்ஸ் டைம் கொடுத்து பார்வதி பொண்ணுக்கு உங்ககிட்ட விட்டு இவரை நான் பிக்கப் பண்ணுறேன் நான் சொல்றேன் இப்போ புடி நீ அஞ்சலி வெடி விட்டு கிட்னாப்பிங் அதுதான் சஸ்பென்ஸ் നിന്നോട് ഞാനൊരു 1000 പ്രാവശ്യം ചോദിച്ചാണ് നിന്റെ പ്ലാൻ എന്താണ് അപ്പൊ അവന്റെ മക്കൾക്ക് സസ്പെൻസ് തേങ്ങോക്കോല
magnificent beautiful tree with numerous branches. No two branch are alike. Each branch has its own beauty, its own identity. And yet, what the first set of invaders did, they began chopping off the branches. But occasionally, new shoots weed by weed. What they did,
എന്നോട് ചോദിക്കരുത് അവന്റെ ഒരു രഹസ്യം
when our institutions
പാർവതിയുടെ പഴയ കാമുകൻ വിനുവാണെന്ന്
institutions were deprived of resources
പാർവതിക്ക് ഒരു പ്രേമം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു അന്ന് പെണ്ണ് കാണാൻ വന്നപ്പോഴേ ഞാൻ അവരോട് പറഞ്ഞു
the beautiful tree perished
ഈ പുറമെ കാണുന്ന കട്ടിയൊന്നും നിന്റെ മനസ്സിലില്ലെന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയാം. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇതൊന്നും പറയേണ്ടെന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ തന്നെ അവളോട് പറഞ്ഞത്. എന്റെ മോക്ക് മനസ്സുള്ളതോ ഈ കല്യാണം ഞാൻ നടത്തണം.
നീ അവളുടെ സഹോദരനാണെങ്കിൽ ഈ കല്യാണത്തിന് കൂടെ നിൽക്കണം.
Today, we are at a position where we find it difficult to believe, to know who we are. Every 10 years when the census happens, the number of caste multiplies, the number of community increases.
അനന്ത, ഇവിടെ ഇതെല്ലാം കണ്ട് ചിരിക്കുന്ന രണ്ടേ രണ്ട് പേരെ ഈ കൂട്ടത്തിലുള്ളൂ. അതാരാണ് നോക്ക്. അപ്പൊ മനസ്സിലാവും നിനക്ക് കാര്യം.
ഭഗവാൻ കൃഷ്ണന് പോലെ നേരിടാൻ ഒരു കംസനെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. നിനക്കത് രണ്ടാം.
At a time when the world is facing existential crisis, be it climate, be it pandemic, be it war and conflict, be it weapons of mass destruction, the world is vulnerable today. Never before the world was so vulnerable as it is today. There are countries with weapons of mass destruction in such a number that each one of them can destroy the whole maritime. At this point of time, at this vulnerable situation, Sarvajan Hitaay, Sarvajan Sukhaay. And that is what is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. It is a reiteration of our Sanatan Darshan, Sanatan Drishti. When it comes to the world, it's not the power of wealth and power of military. No. The world, our drishti to the world is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Yadumure Yavarum Kelir. This is our Sanatan drishti. This is what our great Bhagavan Adi Shankara had launched the mission for. Today, we find that all the spring wells The watering holes of our civilization, our spirituality, our dharma are getting revived. Building of Sri Rama temple at Ayodhya. Creating this Kashi Vishwanath corridor. Bhagavan Adi Shankara statues at Kedarnath. Cleaning of our holy rivers, beginning Holy Ganga. Kashi Tamil Sangamam. Kashi Saurashtra Sangamam. These are all part of that rejuvenation. Because without this, we are nobody. The path on which this country was set on was so self-destructive. That
அட சும்மா அடிப்பா ராஜு இந்த காலத்துல பால் சாப்பிடுறவனுக்கு பல வாட்டி பல வியாதிங்க வரும் இந்த விஷத்தை சாப்பிடுறவனுக்கு ஒரே வாட்டி ஒரே வியாதி தான் அம்பேல் ஆனா இருக்கவருக்கு ஜாலியா இருக்கலாம் அடி
celebrating the 2500th Siddhi day and year of Bhagavan Adi Shankara. It's a day. It's a moment of great reflection. We have to build this Rashtra. Bhagavan Adi Shankar or our Vedas are not only for Bharat. And Bharat as a Rashtra is not just a geographic entity. Rashtra, essentially the purpose is to turn the whole world into a Rashtra. Where this Sanatana Drishti, that we are all one member of one family, that Drishti prevails. And this responsibility to spread this is on Bharat and Bharat alone. Sri Aurobindo, a great Vedantic scholar and rishi, on 15th of August 1947, he had written his dream. He said, the moment has come for Bharat to fulfill its divine obligation. Divine obligation because this light, the Vedic light, that we are all one, the entire creation is one. It came to Bharat. And it was not an accidental, it was not a coincidence, it was a divine design that on this holy land, this light descends. And now, it is the responsibility of Bharat to spread this light to the rest of the world. Because our Vedas, our Sanatana Darshan, does not discriminate. There is no big, there is no small, there is no in between. Our Veda says, Te ajeshta akanishtas udvido amadhyamaso. There is no big, there is no small, there is no middle. We are all one. Sangakshadhvam samvadadhvam samho manansi janatam. Together. Our prayers, we say, Sarve bhavantu sukhina, Sarve santu niramaya. This is what we are. This is what is our true self. And to spread the light, we have to strengthen. We have to nourish and rejuvenate Ma Bharati. Unfortunately, even today, why even today? Because for all these years, even after independence, we continue destroying, we continue torturing the soul. But now that the beginning has been made and things have started looking up, we have to heal the wounds inflicted on Ma Bharati. still we have so much of social discrimination. It pains me when I read the newspaper and see there are people who are in our own people, those who are made untouchables. Their entry to temples are barred. When Adi Shankara prostrate before a Chandal, when our Shastra says, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hasdanu Suchi Cha Sopake Cha Pandita Samdarshinaha, then who are we to distinguish? Why? We have to overcome it. We cannot allow this to go. And today, that we have started waking up, and when we feel that the gone are the days of suppression, it is time that such institutions, which were the spring wells of our wisdom, our learning, our jnana and vijnana, we don't have to be just in the mode of preservation or protection. It was needed for 1,000 years to protect it, to save it, to preserve it. Now it's time to propagate it. From protection, preservation to propagation. Taking it out to the society through our achar, vichar, vyavahar. Breaking these barriers, embracing all in our fold. After all, Bhagavan Adi Shankara also said, and that is what has been our parampara, Santo Lokahitam Charanta. It is for Lokahit, for Lok Kalyan. I think our acharyas have a great responsibility to spread this light to the society. Our children, generations have been deprived of it. When I, soon after independence, I was one of those who were fortunate enough to have been taught, despite the fact that with several hundreds years of occupation and colonization, still in our schools we used to be taught lessons from Mahabharata, Ramayana, slokas from our shastras. In our school, primary school, we used to have the prayer, and the prayer used to be, हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए, लीजिए अपने शरण में हम सदाचारी बने, ब्रह्मचारी धर्म रक्षक वीर व्रतधारी बने, अग्रता सकलम शास्त्रम पृष्ठता ससर धनु. But in the name of secularism, inflicted in or inserted in the constitutions through a fraud, we purged our entire textbook. Today our children, they are completely unaware of these. We cannot expect this Rashtra to grow and to fulfill its destiny, to spread the light to the rest of the world with this kind of youth. We have to take this light to them. We have to rejuvenate all the watering holes, all the spring wells, all the sources of this knowledge. Take it to the society. Eradicate whatever vikritis have crept into it. And this we have to do it in an age-appropriate language. We know this Satya is Sanatan. It doesn't change. But we also know that Jagat is Mithya. And this Mithya Jagat has become far more powerful with the advent of technology. Technology has made it so powerful that things which are illusion, they look so real. And it's all the more important that while we remain uncompromisingly Puritan in our essence, we must be contemporary in our expression. The Yug Anukul Bhasa. Only then, and then only, we will be able to take this message to our youth. And this is our responsibility. And at a time when we are celebrating the 2500th year, it's a landmark in the history, in the flow of time. 2500th year. For humans, it's enormous figure. But it is a landmark. It's the beginning of a new era, Yuga Parivartan. And when through Yuga Parivartan, Bharat is going through that, our institutions, our dharmic institutions have a great responsibility to be part of it. And to be part of it in a manner that we, realizing that the dangers, the existential threat that the world is facing, the clock is ticking. We know how long. If Mother Earth is not cooled, it's not going to survive. So with sense of urgency, we have to take this message, to take this light to the society. And I'm sure with a resolve and resolute commitment, we will take this message, the core messages of Bhagavan Adi Shankara, to our society, equip our youth to take the light across the world for the benefit of the world. This institution is special. This was built by Bhagavan Adi Shankara himself. It is here who consecrated Ma Kamakshi, the supreme Shakti that illuminates everything. This institution has a great responsibility towards building Bharat Rashtra. And I have no doubt we are conscious of it and we will do it. Friends, I pray, my wish is not that significant, when I am at the feet of Ma Kamakshi and the feet of Jagat Guru. My prayers are with all of you. These institutions to grow and fulfill the destiny. Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. Your reflections on the timeless principle of Sanatana Dharma and the rich cultural heritage of Bharat remind us of the enduring values that have guided our civilization for millennia. It insists us to follow the path of faith, compassion, and oneness in our daily lives as taught by Sri Adi Shankara Bhagavatpadacarya. Now we invite Dr. Debajyoti Jana, Assistant Professor of Sanskrit, to propose vote of thanks.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Paramapujyanam Sri Kancheepuram Pithadhiswaranam Jagadgurunam Sri Sankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swami Padanam Charanakamalayyoho Madiyam Sabhaktiputam Pranamanjalim Samarpayami. It's my privilege and honor to stand before you all to propose vote of thanks. With great reverence and respect, we extend our humble salutation to Sri Sankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal of Kancheepuram for august presence and blessings through Anugraha Bhashanam. We are extremely honored to thank Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Thiru R.N. Raviji, who attended this function in spite of his busy schedule. We wholeheartedly thank you, sir. We are very much delighted to thank our Honorable Chancellor, Professor Vempati Kutumba Sastri, for his valuable presence and guidance to organize such marvelous program. We express our gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor G. Srinivasu, for his tremendous support and encouragement to organize this seminar. We express our sincere thanks to the guest of honors, Professor V. Kamakoti, Director of IIT Madras, Professor Ganti Suryanarayan Murthy, National Coordinator, IKS, Minister of Education, Government of India, for their kind presence. We thank the District Collector, Superintendent of Police, the administrative officials of Kancheepuram District, officials of Raj Bhavan for this wonderful occasion. We extend our sincere thanks to the member of Kancheepuram Charitable Trust, the staff members of Sankara Mutt, members of Executive Council, Academic Council, and Finance Committee to this auspicious occasion. We thank all the dignitaries, delegates, and invited scholars for their valuable presence. Our sincere thanks to the registrar, the deans of the various faculties, control of examination, heads of the department, administrative staff members, members of various committees, faculty members, students for their constant support and encouragement for the grand success of this event. We thank the press personnel, members from various news channels, the police personnel, the fire department for their timely support to make this function more remarkable. Once again, we thank each and every one of you for all your support and guidance. Without you all, the function would not be a great success. Thank you, one and all.
Now, we request you all to rise for national anthem.
जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जाहे तब शुभ